What is going on, Eagles Nation? We have massive breaking news today. A terrifying warning just dropped about a potential devastating decline for one of our biggest stars due to a brutal injury setback. But our front office also just secured a crucial extension to violently protect our offense, plus a highly surprising update on the quarterback room. You absolutely do not want to miss a single second of this breakdown. Make sure you hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications so you never miss any Eagles updates. Let's get right into the gritty details.
Listen up, because offensive lineman Fred Johnson is officially locked in with the Philadelphia Eagles for another year. And let me tell you why this matters. We all know that football games are won and lost in the trenches, and keeping a guy with that kind of immense physical strength around is an absolute necessity for our offense. When you look at the DNA of this team, it is built on sheer power and unparalleled toughness. By ensuring that Fred Johnson stays on the roster, the front office is sending a very clear message to the rest of the league about our identity. We do not compromise on protecting our quarterback or opening up massive running lanes. The sheer versatility that he brings to the table gives the coaching staff incredible flexibility. He can step in when called upon and physically absolutely dominate the opposition. In a grueling season, having reliable depth on the offensive line is the ultimate difference maker. We have seen time and time again how injuries can completely derail a promising campaign. Securing a versatile piece who already understands the offensive scheme and brings a nasty physical edge to every single snap is invaluable. Our coaching staff, especially the legendary offensive line coaches we pride ourselves on, love working with players who possess this exact type of raw power. This one-year extension might seem like a standard procedural move to outside observers, but real fans understand the true value. It is about maintaining an impenetrable wall up front. Every single time he steps onto the field, he brings that gritty, hard-nosed Philadelphia mentality. He embodies the blue-collar spirit of our city. We need big, strong, nasty guys who are willing to do the incredibly dirty work in the trenches so that our playmakers can shine brightly. The continuity on the offensive line cannot be overstated. By bringing him back, we are completely guaranteeing that the physical standard remains exceptionally high. The front office knows exactly what they are doing by securing this foundational piece. It provides immense peace of mind knowing we have a powerful force ready to seamlessly step up and fiercely protect the entire offensive operation. This extension guarantees that our trench warfare remains completely relentless, highly aggressive, and physically punishing. We are building a continuous wall of absolute power, and keeping him here is just a brilliantly strategic football decision.
If you love seeing our trenches completely dominate every Sunday and you bleed midnight green, do me a huge favor and smash that like button right now. Let's show the rest of the league how passionate Eagles fans really are.
Let me tell you right now that Tanner McKee is officially remaining a massive part of the Philadelphia Eagles' plans, despite the recent arrival of veteran Andy Dalton. When the news broke that a seasoned veteran was coming into town via trade, a lot of folks immediately started to question what this meant for our younger guys. People were genuinely wondering if the front office was somehow giving up on developing youth in favor of immediate veteran security. But the coaching staff has stepped up and made it absolutely crystal clear that this young quarterback is still incredibly highly valued inside the building. The updates regarding his future with the team have been overwhelmingly positive, shutting down any lingering doubts about his current status. Having a veteran presence in the quarterback room is always a tremendously smart organizational move because it provides stability and mentorship. However, that veteran addition does not somehow erase the immense potential that the coaching staff sees in our developing talent. The organization clearly believes that having multiple capable arms is a tremendous competitive advantage. They are brilliantly balancing the immediate need for experienced depth while still prioritizing long-term developmental upside. It is extremely reassuring to know that our team is not simply discarding promising young players just because a shiny new veteran walks through the doors. The front office knows that cultivating homegrown talent is the absolute best way to ensure sustained success in this incredibly competitive league. He has consistently shown enough flashes behind the scenes to completely convince the staff that he absolutely deserves a prominent spot in their ongoing offensive blueprint. They see his raw ability, his deeply impressive work ethic, and his unwavering dedication to learning the complex playbook. By publicly affirming his highly important role in the future plans, the coaching staff is actively boosting his confidence and keeping him fully engaged in the intense process. This is exactly how a smart, forward-thinking football franchise operates on a daily basis. They are smartly building a deeply robust quarterback room where youth and experience can actively push each other to become significantly better. The future remains incredibly bright for him here in our fiercely passionate city. he will continue to relentlessly grind, learn from the older guys, and prepare himself for whatever opportunities inevitably arise down the long, unpredictable road ahead as we chase another deeply cherished championship ring.
What are your honest thoughts on how the front office is handling the backup quarterback situation? Drop a comment down below right now. I want to read what you guys think about our QB room.
We have to seriously talk about Lane Johnson right now because analysts are officially warning that the Philadelphia Eagles star might suffer a sharp drop in performance due to that severe foot injury. Hearing this kind of troubling update is absolutely terrifying for anyone who understands how our offense truly operates. This highly experienced and incredibly valuable offensive lineman is the undeniable anchor of our entire right side. He famously avoided passing through surgery during this recent offseason, opting instead for alternative recovery methods after the injury pulled him out of the vital late stretch of 2025. But medical experts and football analysts are now openly sounding the alarm bells regarding his upcoming season. For a massive guy playing in the intensely physical trenches, dealing with a lingering foot issue is uniquely problematic because all of your explosive power naturally starts from the ground up. If your base is suddenly compromised, your ability to handle speedy, elite pass rushers drops significantly. We rely extremely heavily on his sheer dominance to essentially erase the best opposing defensive players every single week. When he is perfectly healthy, he is unquestionably one of the greatest to ever put on the uniform. However, this ominous warning about a potential steep decline cannot be simply ignored or easily brushed aside by our passionate fanbase. The decision to completely skip surgery was definitely a massive calculated gamble by both him and the medical staff. Sometimes rest is enough, but sometimes these nagging foot problems brutally persist and drastically hinder a player for months. If his mobility is even slightly restricted, the entire structural integrity of our offensive scheme could be severely threatened. Our quarterback absolutely needs that pristine pocket to operate comfortably, and any sudden weakness on that right edge could completely disrupt the offensive rhythm. The coaches will now have to monitor his daily practice reps incredibly closely to carefully manage his demanding workload. Every single snap he takes will be heavily scrutinized by worried fans who just want to see our beloved superstar playing at his usual legendary level. This daunting situation perfectly highlights exactly why having tremendous depth across the roster is so crucially important in the modern league. We desperately need him to somehow defy these extremely negative predictions, thoroughly beat the tough odds, and wonderfully return to his completely dominant form immediately to help us win it all.
When you put all of these moving parts together, you can clearly see the grand vision of Howie Roseman and the entire front office. Extending a versatile, bruising piece like Fred Johnson suddenly makes a whole lot more sense when you realize the sheer, terrifying danger of Lane Johnson potentially taking a step back due to his foot issue. The offensive line is the absolute heartbeat of this football team, and protecting it is priority number one. By keeping Tanner McKee heavily involved in the long-term plans while simultaneously adding a seasoned veteran like Andy Dalton, the franchise is brilliantly balancing the desperate urge to win right now with the vital need to protect our future. This team is building an absolute fortress, rigorously preparing for any possible disastrous scenario that might hit our trenches or our quarterback room.
To wrap it all up, the Eagles are making highly aggressive, heavily calculated moves to ensure our offense remains an absolute powerhouse, even with some very serious injury concerns looming ominously over our right side. The commitment to gritty, physical Philly football is as strong as it has ever been. Now I want to hear from you. Are you genuinely worried about the terrifying injury warning regarding our star right tackle? Or do you fully trust the robust depth we are building to overcome it? Sound off in the comments below, keep bleeding green, and as always, go Birds!